Oh my God. Jesus. I've got to keep this short and sweet at the beginning. I am so freaking excited to be here today and finally start my Rechelle Mackay channel here on YouTube back again. It is, I'm actually struggling to look at the screen right now, but anywho, it's been such a while since I've done it in this way, like on YouTube. I just want to say my name is Rechelle Mackay and I'm a confidence coach and spiritual coach. And yeah, here we are, 2.0 version of my business, of me, of a lot of things. Where do I even begin? First of all, I just want to say to you, thank you so much if you've been still waiting for videos to come back on my channel, and how grateful I am for you. And for all the new amazing people that are going to come on here and watch my YouTube videos too as well. And hopefully the content attracts you in and you like what it is that I'm sharing and creating for you. But yeah, I'm super excited, super nervous too as well. You know, got a bit of dust, what would you say? I'm a bit dusty. So, but I'm here. I've arrived and I'm excited and nervous like I just said. Very, very much so. Where do I begin? Okay, so what's going to be happening with this channel? Probably that's where I need to start. So back in 2019, 2020, and I think it was maybe a little bit of 2021, but it was mainly 2019 and 2020. I was right in the swing of creating all my things for my personal brand business. It's all around confidence and a bit of spirituality, but since the last few years, I've really developed on my own spiritual journey, even though I've been developing that for years and years and years and years. But in particular, which I'll get to that in this YouTube video, spirituality has always been a thing I've been very curious about and really developing my own spiritual self. But since, like I just said, the last 2 years, what's happened in my life has really brought me back to my spiritual self and exploring all of that again. So I've got all that to share here on this channel too as well, but I just want to tell you a little bit about that. So what I really want to do is bring still the confidence part of coaching, the confidence, theme of this whole business, because I love confidence. I think confidence in all sectors of our life is such a block if we aren't, if we haven't got that, or we're not practicing it, if we're not, if we're not, focused on working on that part of ourselves that isn't strong. I feel like it's such a block in so many areas of our life, from our relationships to our career, to being a mum, being a wife, being a partner, whatever it is. I think it's such a big part of our everyday confidence. So that will still be happening here on this channel. Also too, like I just said, spirituality is going to be a thing that I'm going to be really working on this channel. I'm really exploring and sharing all the things that I use, things that have helped me, and how I've journeyed on in my own spiritual world of life. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So, but I thought to begin with this video that I would start by sharing with you a little bit about the story, the backstory, because I feel that's, you need to know a little bit of story as to what's happened if you're a regular here. If you're not, well, then you can just fast forward it through to things that is going to resonate with you. So first and foremost, the last 2 years have been really, really crazy. 2023 and 2022, I can't even tell you how much changed in my life. And when changes happen in your life that you've got no control over, it changes you. And that is a given. So when we go through anything that is traumatic or life-changing, it changes who we are. Even though the essence of who we are is always going to be there, we change on a level of what we, how we project out into the world, what we produce if you're an entrepreneur. And if you're not an entrepreneur, also too, you change as a person. Maybe your friends change, like who you choose to be around. Your career might change when you go through anything that's traumatic and life-changing. That's what I believe anyway. So in the last 2 years, I had my beautiful mother pass away in 2022, which was just the most horriblest thing I've ever experienced as far as real pain goes. So grief, I've been through grief, but not to the grief that I went through when I lost my mum. It was just next level, beyond comprehension. And I know that's a factor of life. Death is a part of life, and we aren't all here forever. I understand that, but journeying through grief and being able to do what you would normally do can change as far as who you are, right? And that's what happened with me. I thought I had a hold of it all in the first probably 6 months of my mother's passing, but then things just seemed to have gotten worse on a personal level. We had a massive change in my partner's, my husband's business, which affected me because I'm his wife. And that was like not even 6 months after, it was probably a little bit after 6 months, my mum passing. So it was like this 1 year of massive volcano energy just going through my life that just changed everything. And it really made me step backwards and go, what do I want? Who am I? Do I even know who I am anymore? So that's what happened. I'm not here to go into the depth of the story, the detail of my own story, but I'm just here to share with you a little bit about why I've been disconnected and not really been in this brand very much, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. And I really wanted to take that time also with myself. But obviously in the beginning, when you go through painful grief, you can't physically do anything, because it's just so excruciating, the pain when life changes in such a dramatic way, when you lose someone you truly, truly love. Not just a death, like I'm talking about a death where that person is such a major, major part of your life, where they're your best friend, your everything, and your biggest support system. It's just next level. And my heart goes out to everybody that goes through something so painful. I mean, we've all got to do it. But when you truly, truly love, you feel the pain even more so. And I always say this, like, grief's more painful when you love hard. It just is. Like, death's hard as it is, but grief is next level when you've truly, truly felt the love in with that person and in that relationship. So that really took me back like a million steps, like 1,000 steps back. And to be honest, I actually felt like I don't even want to ever do Rechelle Mackay brand anymore. I just didn't really know where I belonged and if that's what I wanted to do anymore. But as the time went on, and we're nearly 2 years in May with Mum passing, I have found my groove a lot this year. Things have been changing dramatically in my personal world with my husband. So that's, of course, had an effect on me. And I've had this year to really reflect and process, do I want to do this business? Do I not want to do this business? And what do you want to do, Rechelle? So here I am. That's where I've arrived. And has it taught me fucking unbelievably biggest things, biggest awakenings, biggest lessons in my life? Absolutely. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. There's just so many elements and parts of me now that I can explore and share and have real experience and wisdom from those things and share with you. So I feel like 2 years after doing the Rechelle Mackay brand, I feel like I've got so much more depth to me, because I've been through such heartache and such challenges and struggles my own self, even though I've been through it in my life before, because I am 46 like now on this video. So I've been through a lot in my life, like everyone else that's in midlife. Like, everyone's been through something. But in particular, when you go through such, adversities like I've just shared with you, that really does teach you so much about you, life, people, your closest ones, your family. It teaches you about everything when you go through such battles, right? So I feel like I've got a lot more depth now and a lot more deep connection with myself to be able to help people. That's what I really, truly feel. So that's a little bit about my story, and not going too much into the detail about the things that have happened in my life. I've just got a few notes here so I don't forget, because I'm a little bit dusty, as I said. So what else? So what I thought I would do with this first video, like, you've got the chunk of the little bit of the scope of what's been happening, and I want to bring this to you as far as what can I do to help you today, right? And I've come up with 3 things that I feel could help you maybe in your life if you've been going through some type of challenge or battle in your own life, and you're a little bit confused as to where you're going, what you want to do. So I've come up with three things, and if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking down at notes, because I've just got to get my find my bearings a little bit. Is that the best way of saying it? So the first thing I've come up with is, I believe that when you go through anything truly, truly hard, that you need to really dig deep, and you should already know this. If you're in your midlife of yourself, like you're not a young 20-year-old, in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you pretty much know what brings you passion, right? Passion as in things that make you feel good. And purpose. You pretty much know a little bit about what your purpose is, or you know what you love to do, what excites you, right? And so when in February last year, 2023, I decided with my soul sister Liz that we would create, it's called Spiritual Sisters, and it's here on YouTube. We create a little channel and just do what we love, which was do readings, because I've always had that little thing that I do, which is read for people. I've always called it my little thing in my magic toolbox, but there was a long time where I was living in a closet, to be honest, with my spiritual self, like my psychic self. And we're all psychic. We've all got that spiritual self. We've all got an intuition, but not all of us use it and grow that muscle, right? So I've always had that up my sleeve, but I didn't really use it overly professionally, right? I didn't get out there and be seen and show it. I only did it really behind closed doors. So it was a bit like in the closet. So anyways, February last year, up we come. We decided to create a channel and just do this as a giving thing. No money involved, just give and help others and do readings. And 12 months later, here I am. And when I had to really sit in here and work out what I believe that has really helped me through grief, through battle, through struggle, I've come up with that as being the number one. When I started that 7 months after Mum had passed, I feel like that was that one thing I had to look forward to every single week, because we did weekly videos, where I could give to others and get out of my own way and just give something of service without wanting to worry about money or any of those things, just doing it for the love, because I loved doing it and it really lit me up and it brought me so much passion. So I believe that was the one thing that was so crucial to my own healing, my own personal development, in working through my own stuff. I feel like that is it was a core thing that I did. And so for me to share with you, if you can find that one thing that brings you passion, not everyone knows their purpose, but if it brings you passion and it really excites you, just do it, because it's really going to take you away from the pain. But you got to try and practice it every single week, because if we're just doing it once a month, I don't believe it's going to have such an impact on our lives. But if we're doing it every week, every day, it'd be brilliant. But I mean, it depends on your situation and your own personal, your own personal life. If you can do it once a week, that's giving you something to look forward to every single week. And it's giving you, if you're doing it with somebody else, it also will help you. That person will be doing it with you and keeping you accountable to that thing. Because there was moments in last year where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to keep doing this, where I doubted myself and I didn't feel like it. I was having bad week, bad day, bad month, and then I would literally have to push myself. But my sister Liz would help me and encourage me and empower me to keep going forward with this, because it's what I love to do, and I just get so much out of doing it. So my first tip, or first thing to share with you, would be to find that thing that brings you passion and excitement in your life, because if you can do that just once a week and give, or it might just be working a charity, or not a job. It's not something that's monetary, right? It's something that's going to, unless your job's something that you absolutely love to do, but this is something that really just lights you up, and something you don't got to put a lot of effort in it. You just do it, right? You just naturally do it, and you can do it without even being paid. That is the thing that I believe is something that really lights you up. Because if you can do something that doesn't give you any money, right, in the beginning of whatever that is, I feel that it is a strong part of you and who you are, to help you to heal, grow, and learn from. That's just what my own experience has been. So that's number one. Number two has been moving my body. So I've gone up and down. It wasn't a continual thing that I did, but I do believe it did help. And especially in the last probably 4 months, I've been walking again. So over the duration of the pain and the struggle and the battles and all the rest of it, I put on a bit of weight. And I've always put on weight. Whenever I put on weight, I've put on weight because I use it like a security blanket. Food's like this security. It's like this comfort thing. I'm sure you'll relate if you've ever had a problem with putting on weight that is not, for your highest good. We come in all shapes and sizes. I'm just being very careful as to how I say this. But for me, moving my body, I stopped doing when I was in all the pain. And it wasn't helping me in no way, shape or form. But I found that part of myself to start just walking. It was just once a week or twice a month, whatever. And like I said to you, I wasn't doing it very consistently. But in the last 4 months, I've been doing it a lot more consistently. And especially in the last 2 months, I've been walking pretty much every day. And I've seen a dramatic change. Now, that's not going to the gym. That's not cutting back on all my calories and counting macros and, doing all that shit. Just walking. Like literally walking. That is it. That's all I've committed to because I didn't want to overcommit myself that it become a task. I just want it to make me feel better and something that I can achieve without having to give it too much, if that makes sense. So that was the second one, was moving my body and doing something. Some people move their body another way, like maybe it's a hobby like football or soccer or netball or swimming or whatever it is. But moving your body obviously moves energy around, moves the blood, gets everything circulating better, gives you those really good endorphins, serotonin, I think that's what you say. So it really does help you to produce that natural energy and gets everything firing on in your whole body. So with that, when you're feeling down and feeling depressed and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like you don't know how you can keep going on and like, how do I do life again? That in itself, moving your body, is going to have such a major, major impact because you're getting everything working again. I believe when we sit around or we lay around or we sleep around, and I've done this, I did this in this exact same journey, nothing's working, nothing is functioning fast, nothing is clearing out. So our bodies become stagnant because everything is energy. And when our bodies become stagnant, we don't want to do anything, right? It's like energy, moving creates energy. So by moving, it gives you more energy, so that makes you feel better. And I know it's hard to take that first step and do the things. I get it. Like, I seriously get it. Like, you'll hear like all the fitness, amazing women that are so committed and got such great willpower and determination and consistency that they say, just walk. It's not that easy when you stay stuck. So my advice, or I don't like to say advice, in my experience, the best way to start if you've been out of action with fitness is to just start with small steps. So it doesn't seem so overwhelming. And just see how your body feels after you do, because you'll be surprised. Like even 15 minutes, 10 minutes walking, swimming, whatever it is that you love to do that's easy, it just has such a big impact. So I can't stress that enough. It is my number 2, but it definitely has had a major impact in the last probably 4 months. And then thirdly, because I don't want to make this video too long because I'm already up to 18 minutes, is connection and community. So one of the things that happened when we started up the Spiritual Chicks, which is now Spiritual Sisters, when we started back in February last year, when we had people coming on and then the regular faces come on every week, month in, week out, month in, month out, I started to really see that the connection, the community, like you'd say, hey, how you going? Like you'd start to talk to all these amazing women and you'd have these regular people coming back and you sort of feel like there's this community of women that are wanting the same as us. They're just wanting to connect with other women and, empower each other. So that has always been a big thing of mine too, to be honest, because I am a hairdresser as well as a coach. And with hairdressing, you're constantly dealing with people, right? So you're hearing people's stories, you're working with people, and it's very much a community connection. You're touching people's hair. So connection is such a powerful thing, right? Because you're talking to people, you're communicating with people, you're connecting with people. So it's the same sort of thing. So when we started up the Spiritual Chicks, I didn't realize how much connection has got such an impact on our healing, our own self-healing, without even really doing anything, without buying anything, without practicing anything. It's just connection, and in the world we live today, 2024, connection is lost because social media, everything's online, right? So I love to talk, and as you know, we've all got phones. We all get disconnected and we don't connect enough with people in person. Now, our spiritual chicks that we do, it's a live stream video. And even though that we can't see the people on the other side, we're talking to people. We're talking out loud. They're talking back to us. And that's connection. Having conversations with people. Like just talking. Yeah, we're doing readings, but the connection was just, I feel, was like the biggest level up. Because you're hearing other people's stories, what they're wanting a reading on, what they're wanting help with, where they're wanting guidance or just some answers on. And then you really start to see that there's so many women and men, but mainly women, because that's who I like to speak to, that are going through, everyone's going through something. So connection is such a level up thing. And I think what happens is when you go through any type of battle, challenge, grief, or anything that's kept you, behind closed doors and not wanting to connect with people, that is actually the thing that we shouldn't stop, is connecting with people. Disassociating and disconnecting with people isn't going to serve us, right? And I get you want to be in bed some days, you want to not do anything, you don't want to connect with anybody, you don't talk to anybody. Of course, we all have those days. But if over the week, like over a 7-day period, you can find that little pocket of space of connecting with a friend on the phone, or doing a FaceTime, or texting and having a chat, or going out for coffee or a dinner, it will actually change your world, because you've got that other person in front of you that is also too going to support you, and they're going through something too as well. And we share stories. Us women, we love to chat. We love to talk about what we're going through. We are definitely the species that does love to share and talk. We are, over males, I think. I'm not saying males don't do that, but I think females in particular love to connect and talk, and they love to speak and communicate. So it has such a powerful way of helping us when we don't even know it is. So that's my third one. So that's all I'm going to give you today, is just 3 little pieces of something that has really helped me. Of course, there's a lot more depth to that, and I could go into detail with the 3 different things, but I thought I'd just give you a scope of it and get the ball rolling here on my channel. And hopefully you loved it and you felt this too as well, because that's really what my mission is now, is to really share my own story and hopefully be able to articulate tips and hacks and all the things that has helped me on my own journey. And of course, bring my coaching here, because I'm trained as a coach, and bring that also onto the floor, but more so keeping things really real and raw and really authentic that you can resonate with. It doesn't need to be about goal setting and all that stuff that I just think it just seems daunting. So I just want to keep really simplified, really easy type channel where it's just so easy to listen to and resonate with. I think there's not enough of that in the world we live in today. I think there's too much, when I say fakeness, I mean there's too many people, cutting out all the bits that really are the most important bits. So I'm just going to keep this as real and everyday as possible for you on this channel and on the work that I do now. Yeah, so I think that's really it for today, because it's a 23-minute video, which next time it won't be as long, or maybe it will be, I don't know. But I really hope you've loved that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you just come across this video, please subscribe if you loved it, because it helps me to grow and it helps you to also get notified when my new videos come out. And of course, I always say, if you love something, share it. Sharing is caring, sharing is loving, and we all grow together. So thank you so much for watching my video right to the end. If you did, thank you for listening right through to the end as well. And I'll see you on the next video.